Hello, everybody. Captain Marty Brill here, and we are rolling into midweek. It is Wednesday, February the 18th already. Wow. It won't be long. We'll be into March. Do have some stuff to talk to you about on the fishing front. I'll be back to do that in just a moment.
Real. That's the first word that comes to mind when I think about Outland Seafood in Mans Harbor. Yeah, they're the first and last place you see coming to and leaving the Outer Banks on Highway 64 in Dare County, but they're also real when it comes to fresh local seafood. Troy Outland, real. Curtis and Josh, real. The Indoor Crab Shedders, real. Stop by and see for yourself right next to White Shopping Center and check them out on social media. Outland Seafood in Mans Harbor, real.
Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village is the closest spot on the Outer Banks to the Gulf Stream. Just inside Hatteras Inlet, Teachers Lair is fully loaded with bait, tackle, ice, snacks, and drinks for your fun-filled day out on the water. Want to get rigged up to catch the big one? Lee and the gang in the tackle shop can outfit you to catch whatever is eager to get hooked. To see the marina, the tackle shop, or to book a charter, go online to teacheslair.com. Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village. Your fishing venture awaits.
So, it may get a little repetitious of my reports of late. It may seem like we talk about the same thing over and over, but aren't we thankful for that? I mean, our fishing offshore may be the only game in town, but we're really lucky that there's a game to be had in town, and it's a good one. We continue to see really good bluefin tuna fishing, and the sizes that are primarily represented are the 150 to 450 pound range. Occasionally there's some fish that are even bigger. Of course, you can't keep them when they get to be over 73 inches. This is all a fishery that's regulated by the federal government and NOAA. The fines are not something you want to deal with. Most anybody that goes out looking for them has all that wired. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, what you can do is you can keep the fish that are under 73 inches. So roughly a 200-pound bluefin tuna, and you can release all the tunas that your arm muscles can stand, really. And you can let 150 to 200-pound tuna or bigger go all day long. But that fishing, by the way, is both Oregon Inlet and Hatteras. Hatteras has had that, but Hatteras also has a bonus fishery going on right now, too, which is the king mackerel fishery. Now, primarily, most of it is done commercially right now, meaning a two-man crew will go out and what they call slinging kings with deep running rigs and electric reels, and they'll sell them to a commercial market. The fish will be shipped out of the area, but you can book a boat and go out and fish for them with a charter as well. And they do have ways of doing that on lighter tackle for the recreational fishermen, and a box full of fresh king mackerel will be something mighty good to have. So you can go check with some of your local marinas to see in Hatteras and to see if there are any charter boats that are willing to go out there and do that. But that's the two things that are going on in the offshore fishing. We are expecting probably some of the first yellowfin of the year won't be very far off. Maybe into March we'll start seeing a few yellowfins, a few blackfins. And then as we get a little later in the spring, the wahoo will show up, the billfish will show up. So we get all the way into June, July, the mahi or dolphin fish will show up, and we'll be off to another great season. We can only hope it's as good as the fishing was last year. I can't wait to get back down to Hatteras for the Hatteras Village Offshore Open Marlin Tournament, and then the Hatteras Marlin Club Tournament, which is two of the funnest sport fishing events on the whole East Coast. And then later in the summer, I'll be up to Pirates Cove for the Bow Builders Tournament, the Alice Kelly Tournament, and the Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament. And that's 5 of the 12 tournaments I'll be working with this year. So tournament season is coming up, and offshore fishing will start getting more varied and more opportunities for different species. Plus, we'll start seeing the inshore and nearshore boats pick up on some of what they're doing. So we'll take a little break right here. I'll come back and talk to you just for a moment about what's going on in the backcountry.
Hey y'all, Captain Marty here, and when I was looking for a top quality mower, I went to the best, and the best is A&W Sales in Pinetown. Now at A&W Sales, they carry top quality brands like the Bad Boy zero-turn mowers, of which I own one now for 15 years. American-made, heavy-duty machines built to handle anything from backyard touch-ups to commercial jobs. They've proudly sold and serviced Bad Boy mowers for over 15 years. How about if you're in need of a trailer? A&W Sales carries the full line of Big Tex trailers, the best-selling trailer brand in the entire nation. Visit them in-store or online at awsalesnc.com, where tough equipment meets trusted service.
So as you might expect, not much to report. It was pretty windy yesterday too. The backcountry, there have been some good catches of rockfish or striped bass in the Sound, but that is also a closed season, so that's all catch and release as well. Although, as I mentioned in our last report, there have been some people that are going out and catching 30 or 40 and releasing them all. So that's a really fun fishery on light tackle, especially when you're getting bites like that. But other than that, I haven't heard much else. I haven't heard of anybody doing any speckled trout fishing. At least I haven't heard of it. That's not to say somebody hadn't done it. I know people are going out and doing a little bit of scouting to see how bad the Cold Stun event was. And remember, last year we had a very similar thing happen, and we got through our summer in pretty good shape. So we'll hope that that's exactly what will happen now. Meanwhile, we'll just wait and see what happens. This is the time of year when everybody's either on vacation. When I say everybody, I mean the guys that do it for a living will take this month. February is usually the month they go off on vacation. Several of them went to Daytona for the races this past weekend, and there's a lot of our sport fishing yachts, the privately owned ones, that are traveling. A lot of them are over there in Costa Rica right now. There's several tournaments over there, including the Triple Crown, and so we have a lot of folks that are going over there working as deckhand, mate, captain, whatever. They're filling in. One good friend of mine, Jack Graham, is over there, and he's actually up in the tower doing the spotting for the fish that are detected by these new side scanning sonars. So that makes an extra job that needs to be done on a tournament boat. And Jack's normally the captain of the aficionado at Oregon Inlet in the summertime, but this time of year, heck, he's available to do anything that needs being done, and that's what he's doing all the way over in Costa Rica. So that is it for our fishing report for the day. If you are out on the water with these water temperatures like they are, please be careful. Make sure you have a float plan filed. Make sure you have all your safety gear in order, and just use common sense. That water is cold and it's dangerous this time of year. Commands a lot of respect. Meanwhile, I'm going to sit here on the dock and work on my Captain Marty's Fishing Guide. That'll be coming out in April. We'll have a lot of fun. We've got some great stories in there to tell you about, including a story about the Creeking Committee at Oregon Inlet. This is the group of guys that go out and throw you overboard when you catch your first blue marlin. So more about that later. Have a blessed day, and just go out on the water and have fun.